Good afternoon, everyone. Hope your day has been off to a productive and peaceful and loving start. My day has started out and about in the community, helping people in different ways, getting food, getting clothes, and it feels great to give, especially during this time that we're in today when so many people are affected. I believe I heard this on a Les Brown audio, and this may have been 1 to 2 weeks ago, that some 29 million people have lost their jobs. So let's round that up to 30 million. And I saw a stat, I believe, yesterday that 40 million new unemployment applications went in. So maybe it's up to 40 million now. So let's say 33 just to keep it safe, because if we're saying on average that America's population is about 330 million, if somewhere around 33 million people have lost a job, that's 10% of the country, not including the percentage of people that are elderly that are not working, and also not including the percentage of people that are kids, because that 330 million is the entire population. So somewhere between, my guess is 10 to 20% of people have been severely negatively impacted on a financial basis from the pandemic that we're experiencing. And other people I know at their jobs might have a small pay cut. Other people are asked to have a mandatory day off. So a lot of people are going through challenges right now. If you are a person that has, this is a time to give. This is a time to show life that you trust life, that what you give, so shall you receive. And you'll receive 10 times more than you gave. That's why it's so smart to follow the 10% rule when it comes to tithe and charity. Right? Because if I'm giving away 10% and I'm supposed to get back 10 times more than I gave, that means I'm going to get 100% back of the 10% that I gave. It might not always be directly monetarily. Just because you gave $50 doesn't mean that you're going to get $450 back or $500 back. It might mean that your car doesn't need to get repaired, so you're saving money. It might mean that when your car does get repaired, that they're able to do something for you for the low. It might mean that you're taking a trip and all of a sudden a first class seat opened up and you weren't even supposed to be able to get on the flight because the flight was overbooked, and all of a sudden you're able to get in. It might mean that you're working on a project, and just because you're giving, you get connected to somebody else. Let's say, personally, for example, I'm in the music industry, and I've made so many connections during this time to some high quality artists in the area. And those connections can only be a resemblance of giving and giving and giving, and the blessing to receive on the back end. So I highly recommend giving. And then also being grateful to receive. I know I talk about gratitude a lot. However, being grateful to receive. So I was reading the book Believe and Achieve, and the author talked about a situation where there was a woman who felt like she had never got what she wanted. And what happened in her situation was people were giving her gifts, and anytime somebody would give her a gift, she'd say, "No, thank you, that's fine, I don't really want it," even though deep down she did want it, because she didn't know how to have enough self-image to receive a gift. So people stopped offering to her, and now she feels like people don't want to help her out. So it's super important to be able to receive a gift or receive a compliment. How often might people got to work on our self-images and might give someone a compliment and say, "Hey, nice haircut," and they're like, "Oh man, I got the worst hair in the world." Or might give them a compliment and say, "Hey, you got some great shoes on," and they're like, "Man, these shoes, I don't even know why I got them. They're not even good quality." Or, "Hey, what a nice tie you're wearing," and, "Oh man, this is just some hand-me-down. I don't even appreciate," So we got to be able to receive. We got to be able to receive. Because how else can we receive our big aspirations that we want? And I encourage everyone to go for their big aspirations and to go for their dream. We got to be open to receiving it, though, on the back end. Be clear about what you want. Tell the universe what you want, and then be open to receive it. And then one example I really appreciate that I learned today is the value of having patience and continuing to keep the faith, even though what you asked for might not show up right away, right when you thought it would. For example, if you go to a restaurant and you sit down and go out to eat, when you place your order with the waiter, unless it's been like 25 minutes, you're not going back every 5 minutes into the kitchen and asking the cook if they're done making your meal yet. You know that once you placed your order, what you ordered will come to you in its due time, whenever it's ready. So that's the same way that life works. When you ask God for an order, when you place your order will come in the due time. Don't keep nagging God. Don't keep nagging life and asking, well, when's it coming? When's it coming? And I know this is hard to do, to stay on Faith Street. I thought that was such a great example, though, because when we go out to eat and we place an order, we know that the order's coming. We need to have that same faith when we're asking for our certain specific requests of abundance in our life. What's interesting too is that it always comes back bigger and greater than what we had originally asked for. Life is such a blessing, and life loves you, or life wouldn't have created you. Life wants to serve you, and life wants to fill you up with joy and abundance and gratefulness. However, you need to be the starter to that system. You need to be the ignition. Your life, our life, needs to represent what we want. So if we want abundance, we need to live abundance. We need to feel abundance. If we want love, we need to feel love. Find appreciation in the small things. All the small things that are free that so often get overlooked. Every single one of your 5 senses is free. No price tag on it. Could never get it back. When's the last time that you thanked life for the ability to wake up and see? Knowing that sight is responsible for 80% of what you perceive. 80% of your sensory experience is based on sight. Are you thankful that we're able to open up our eyes and see beautiful Lake Michigan or wherever you live? I'm so grateful to be able to see a sunset. I don't see sunrises too often, although I'm working on waking up earlier. I had noted 3 notes, and I already hit on 1. And what a great spot to end. Challenges are only temporary and are sometimes sent to test your belief. Continue to practice your faith, and what you desire will certainly come to fruition. Challenges are only temporary and are sometimes sent to test your belief. Continue to practice your faith, and what you desire will certainly come to fruition. I can't say it any better. Continue to believe. Continue to put out the energy that you wish to receive. And in time, it will come back. Be clear about what you want. Be confident that it's yours. Because if it wasn't meant for you, it would have never been placed in your imagination. I wish you a productive, abundant, loving, confident, and prosperous day. The light in me always recognizes the light in you. We all share the same divine humanity. We're all spirits having a human experience. We've all experienced wins, we've all experienced losses. We're in this together as one human race. Let's treat each other with the love and kindness that we'd want ourselves and our family to be treated with. Have a blessed day. Much love as always. Peace.